What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Workout Wednesday, where every Wednesday I will give you guys some type of workout from my current 12-week cut training program as I prepare for my next Spartan Stadion. Each week it's going to alternate between either a strength session, so it might be like a push day, pull day, lower body day, chest, triceps, shoulders, or it's going to be a conditioning piece like today, because right now I'm sprinkling in about 3 conditioning pieces a week for my training. I'm doing about 5 days of running and then 5 days of lifting. So today is Wednesday, it's 5:34. I just finished my 40-minute EMOM, which is what I'm going to break down for you guys right now. And then as soon as I'm done with this, I got to jump into my interval running, and then I got to go to work. So I'm going to jump into this quick. So 40-minute EMOM. Now, when I planned this workout, this side was my goal. So every minute on the minute, that's what EMOM stands for. So minute 1, this is what you're doing. So you start your watch, the clock starts ticking. You try to complete 300-meter run in a minute. Now the goal is to do this and still have about 20 to 15 seconds rest. Now, if you get all the way to the end, that full minute, and you're not able to do the 300-meter run, then you know it's a little too much and you bit off more than you could chew, which is exactly what I did. So this side was my original goal. I wanted to do a 300-meter run on the first minute. As soon as the second minute came around, then I would do a 15 cal echo bike. As soon as the third minute comes around, then I do a 12 cal SkiErg. Minute 4, 10 burpees. Minute 5, 10 pull-ups. Now the goal is, like I said, you should finish each of these with anywhere from 15 to 20 second rest. And then you repeat this for 40 minutes. So my goal is to do this 8 rounds. However, I had to scale it. That's what this side is, okay? So after I got through the first round, I realized, okay, I bit off way more than I can chew with the pace that I want to maintain. Like I said, I don't want to just gas myself out the first round, and my goal is to do 8. When it comes to this type of training, the goal is to think of a Spartan race, which a Spartan race could last anywhere from an hour to 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on which one you're doing. Stadions usually take me about an hour. So the goal is to work up to training muscle endurance and then also being able to run and function while your body is fatigued. So the first 4 rounds, realistically, the goal is to choose a pace where you can maintain and finish with about 15 to 20 seconds rest in between. And then the last 4 rounds, you should be able to kind of send it. So you're training your body to find a comfortable pace that you can maintain for a really long time, and then know how far you can push yourself towards the end of the race without gassing out too soon before you finish the race, if that makes sense. So what I ended up doing is I scaled it. So by the second round, I realized I couldn't maintain it, so I dropped to 200 meters. So on the first minute, I did 200 meters. That left me with about 15 to 20 seconds rest. And that gave me enough time to basically hop off the treadmill, walk to this echo bike, get on, get ready, catch my breath, and run it. So I did 12 cal. That took me about 40 seconds. I did 10 cal on the SkiErg. That took me about 40 seconds. And then the burpees, I was able to do those in about 30 to 35 seconds, which now I have more rest. So, and you could play with this. So like this is the scaled version, but I was still able to do 10 burpees. And the reason why I was able to do 10 burpees is because I scaled it here. And then I was still able to do 10 pull-ups because I scaled it here. So if you get through this workout and maybe you start with the scale, and if you realize by your first round, or the second round, hey, this is pretty easy, I'm left with a lot of time in between these two, then maybe instead of scaling these, you keep these ones. So again, it's all about progressive overload. This week I did these 3 and these 2. I will probably run this back in about a month with the goal, hopefully my endurance improves and then I can run all of these. If not, maybe it's not 200 meters, next time it's 250 meters. And then maybe it's not, or maybe it's 200, 15, 12, 10, 10. So I hope you guys are kind of catching the concept when it comes to all these training videos that I'm putting out. It's basically to progressive overload and get better and track your weights that you do in your strength sessions, your reps that you do in your strength sessions, with the goal of each week you're increasing on your strength session. And then when it comes to your conditioning pieces, each month or maybe every 3 weeks, when you run back that same conditioning piece, you improve by either more calories, more reps, a faster time, whatever it is. And then also on your cardio pieces where you're running, you're trying to improve your 5K time, your interval times, whatever it may be. Or maybe some weeks you only improve in one section. So you only improve in your strength session, but you didn't do good in your conditioning or your cardio. The goal is obviously improve each week in each modality, each different exercise, each training type. So like I said, right now my training program consists of 5 strength sessions, 3 conditioning pieces that look very similar to this, that are preparing me for my Spartan Stadion, and then obviously running, because when it comes to Spartan races, there's a lot of different, it's obviously a lot of running. Probably 80% of it is running. But what I've realized is if you train strength and running and that's it, your running improves and your strength improves, but you don't learn how to run while you're fatigued, because a Spartan race is going to tax your upper body, your lower body, your traps, your core, your back, and you're going to be taxed in all those areas while still having to run. So the conditioning pieces is where I feel like I'm blending both, and I'm getting used to running while I am fatigued. I am getting used to doing SkiErg or echo bike while I'm fatigued and pushing myself. So it's not only building my cardiovascular and my aerobic capacity, it's also building my muscle endurance and being able to perform while your muscles are fatigued. So that is the goal for this. Comment below if you're able to do this. If you are, you're a beast. Even if you're not able to do that and you just do this, but you're able to get 8 rounds, awesome. And then like I said, in about 3, maybe 4 weeks, run it back and then see if you can improve on this. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this. Like I said, this is Wednesday. This is my Wednesday workout. Wednesdays I do a longer conditioning piece and then mix with interval running, which I gotta go do that right now so I'm not late for my first day of work. Well, not my first day, but first day of school. Summer break is over and school officially starts today. So gotta go back to teaching English 9 and English 11. Looking forward to it. But comment below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I post one every single Wednesday. And then for those of you who are OGs of the channel, you already know the motto. Stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will see you guys next week.